Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the WBC has mandated that unified, undefeated WBC and IBF welterweight superstar boxer Errol Spence Jr. face off against two-division world champion, former WBC welterweight world champion Danny Swift Garcia. Danny Garcia is the mandatory after beating Ivan Redcash for Errol Spence's WBC title. He was already set to face off against Danny Garcia, that being Errol Spence, January 25th, but he suffered a horrific car accident October 10th, and that fight was put on hold, and pretty much Errol Spence's career was put on hold for a little while. It was uncertainty. So with that said, now the WBC is pushing for this fight. I told you guys it was more than likely Errol Spence was going to face off against Danny Garcia in his next bout. Errol Spence said that he did not want no tune-up fights. He wanted to go straight away into fights with either Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, and Danny Garcia. Obviously, to settle his mandatory with Danny Garcia is still a big fight. You know, Danny Garcia, is still a two-time world champion. He only lost to Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman. He's still a sell. He's still a big draw. Sells out the Barclays Center in Brooklyn every time he fights. Just sold it out against Ivan Redcash. So you can imagine what the numbers he'll do facing off against Errol Spence. So this is the fight that we're going to get. Obviously, everything is on hold due to the coronavirus and everything being suspended, all sports being suspended. So there is no guarantee when sports will resume. But you could expect Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence to be the next showdown. And I told you this fight just makes all the sense in the world because we don't know how Errol Spence is going to come back. So this just makes all the sense in the world. You don't want to have a pay-per-view event with Terrence Crawford, which is now currently the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. So now you have to make sure that Errol Spence is who Errol Spence was before he suffered the car accident. And Danny Garcia is the perfect test. Danny Garcia is no, speed bump. He's not a gatekeeper. This is still a very, very big fight. Now, is it a pay-per-view event? I don't know. I'm not sure. But Shawn Porter and Errol Spence was a pay-per-view event, but that was for a unification bout. There's no titles on the line outside of Errol Spence's title. So Danny Garcia is not bringing a title to the table. So is this a pay-per-view event? I don't know. But Errol Spence's last couple of fights have been pay-per-view events. So it still would be a huge event. It's still going to be a huge event. I know it's not the fight everybody wants because we like instant gratification, especially in the sport of boxing. We want to see the big fight, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. I told you guys that wasn't going to happen next. It would have been around this time. That fight might have been being in negotiations or being on the verge of coming to fruition if Garcia and Errol Spence had already faced off and Errol Spence didn't suffer that. And they fought on January 25th. This could possibly be the situation that we fight getting Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. But unfortunately, what happened. He suffered the accident, and now we're going to have to wait. So now let's see what Manny Pacquiao is going to do. That's what's intriguing, right? So let's see if Manny Pacquiao is going to go ahead and push forward with Mikey Garcia. That seems like the fight that's going to take place with Manny Pacquiao. So let's just see how this all unfolds. But I told you guys, Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia was more than likely what you're going to get next. And this just got one step closer. So I think that Errol Spence is going to win this fight. They're both somewhat flat-footed. They both come forward. It's going to be a very, very tough fight for Errol Spence. And I can see Errol Spence, being tested in the very, very early rounds, right? Rounds 1 through 5, I could see Errol Spence truly being tested because Danny Garcia brings something different to the table. He's not shy of letting his hands go. He has a lot of power in his hands. He's heavy-handed in both hands, and we already know about his left hook. Errol Spence is going to push forward. You know, he's going to look to box, you know, at times. He's going to jab to the soloplex. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight. I can't wait to see how this fight plays out. But I'm favoring Errol Spence to come out victorious in this fight. But let's see how it plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to new media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Jasmine. Thank you for watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, soy Jasmine. Gracias por ver Sangre Azul Deportes TV. Gracias.